Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
That means that we punched our ticket to go try to win the Super Bowl, and that's it. We got one game at a time, starting at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you, every fucking game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
It's showtime.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report post-game show. I'm your host, Tommy, to the highest degree, to the TOP from the 313. And by my side is my main man, my Toucan Sam, the one they call the Apex Man, Mr. Mikey. Welcome back after a week where you were just gone at the courthouse.
It was a long week. Appreciate, you continuing the show without me. Little disappointed that this is what I'm coming back to. However, it's a W, so I can't be too upset.
Right.
Listen, we sleptwalked to 31 points again. At the end of the day.
Yeah, we sleptwalk it. I'll tell you what, though, could have been like the Chargers today, who lost to the Giants. So any given Sunday, and I, if I'm a Charger fan, I don't care. I'm so disappointed. Like you can't lose games like that. Games that you should win. And this is a game like today that that we won, and we should have won, right? Regardless of the outcome, which it wasn't the prettiest game in the world by us, but we did get the job done, right? And there's teams like the Chargers today who did not. All right, so they could have played ugly and still came out with the win, but they didn't. They came out with an L. So I'm happy for that, but over the last 2 weeks, I'm not thrilled at all with how this team is playing.
Mike wants to start us off right, Tommy. Mike wants to start us off right.
All right, let's hit that. Let's hit that.
Thank you very much.
And I appreciate that, Mike.
Absolutely, Mike. Kicks us off right. But you're not wrong on games like this. These are games you can't lose. And the Bills didn't lose.
Correct.
Want to hit on a couple things as Sophia comes in and says the Bills special team leads the NFL in converting punts, penalties into first downs and into points.
Right. Yeah.
We always seem to, just don't give Josh extra chances. Things go bad there.
No.
Dallas asks the question, how is the game? Basically, take what we did last week against Miami and replay it. That's basically it was a replay of what we saw against Miami.
Pretty much.
We jumped up on them, played so, uninspired football through the middle, closed it out. That's kind of how it went.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Let them stick around. The Saints made some. The Saints did really good on the ground today. But if we would have stopped that run early on, you kind of saw that we would have how the pass game would have worked. It would have been the same as kind of the Jets game, maybe a little bit better from the Saints. But either way, you kind of saw how when they were forced to throw there at the end of the game, we were getting after Rattler. It wasn't making his job easy, right? Like he was getting rattled and making some bad decisions, and but we just didn't do that. We couldn't stop the run today, and that's on the defensive line. It's just not good enough to stop the run. That's not how we're built. And look, man, on offense today, a little sluggish. There was times that looked great. Times I was like, damn, that's what I'm talking about. Beautiful drive, right? And then there's times I was like, what are we doing? Me and Mikey talked about it. I'm like, so we had a 4th and 2, I think it was actually, but and they run some kind of. Now look, I will say this: the play call, when you go and look back, it might have been executed if RVD, I believe it was, didn't trip over. I forgot who he tripped over, Osiris Torrance. But if he didn't trip there, maybe we get it. I still don't like the call. We did one later in the game, which was a bootleg, that's the kind of call I would have preferred there, right? They're selling out for the run. Keep it in Josh's hands. Worst case, they don't sell out. Josh still has the ball in his hand to, try a pass, find an open receiver. But I just didn't like that play call. But like I said, the last 2 weeks, I feel like we're just inconsistent with our play, especially on offense, right? On defense, Mikey, at this point, it's just who we are, man. I really don't see any difference.
I can't say that. I can't say that yet.
I get it. It's early.
That's how we are today.
Right. That's what I'm saying. For the first 3 weeks, obviously the season's not done. Okay. But I'm talking about right now for actually 4 weeks. I don't see a huge difference in what I'm seeing from last 3 years, really, to this. So I'm going to explain why. The poor tackling, the third down conversions, not getting teams off there. These are all problems that still exist today. Now, can that change? Yes, of course. We're not done. We're not even close to being done. Can things get better when some guys return? Of course. We are missing guys. Guys were out today, but we need to correct this, Mikey, or else it's just the same old when it comes to this team, at least the defense.
I will say we were better this week than we were last week. They were 5 of 13 on third downs.
Yeah, that was
they were 0 for 2 on fourth downs. The problem where we're having, honestly, is in the run game. Because pass game, we're actually better this year against the pass than we were last year. So I will disagree with you a little bit there. Cole Bishop made a play. You saw him come out of nowhere and his first interception, which was awesome.
It was great to see.
You saw Dorian Strong getting some run because Trey struggled early in coverage. He was good. He was good against the run, but he struggled against coverage.
Yeah, Trey was weird today. He was up and down. Right? Like tackling was really good. Coverage was kind of poor. But go ahead, Mikey.
Yep. So I wouldn't say altogether it's the same because I don't believe that's the case. I would say that the run game doesn't look any different. Pass game does look different. It's needing, and that goes back to us not having big guys inside. We ran three techs today.
Yeah,
Phillips,
true.
Walker, Walker looked great today.
Walker did flash today. Yeah, there were some people that flashed today for sure,
and I liked that. So let's see what we look like when we start getting back some of the other guys, and see.
I get it.
Changes.
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, I'm not. And just like when I talked, pregame before we went live, I'm like, look, everything I'm saying now is just for the first 3 weeks. Things can change, things can get better, players can improve. We all know this, right? But I'm going back on just the history of this defense, right? And I've heard this before, right? We've talked about this in the past where let's just wait and wait till Milano gets back and wait till this gets back, and it's kind of the same end result where we are still struggling in certain areas. And it's not, like you said, it's not the whole defense. Like there's certain parts of the defense that played well today. But, we're just still not right when it comes to defense. And that's concerning to me. But, we have plenty of time. Once again, we have guys that are coming back. But I said this at halftime. I like the addition of Ryan Nielsen. I get the not the hype, but I get the fans that are really happy about the addition of him, and I'm with it because I understand his track record. However, I don't agree with when fans say, and certain even some of my fellow podcasters out there think Ryan Nielsen has this control of the defense and he's taken over McDermott. I don't believe that at all. This is McDermott's defense. This is his scheme. Bobby Babich is his guy that he promoted to call the defensive plays. He did that for a reason. Ryan Nielsen didn't take over Bobby Babich, right? And maybe he will. Maybe when Babich goes or gets thrown under the bus because things aren't going up to par how McDermott wants it to, and maybe Nielsen will be the guy. But even if he is the guy, it's still McDermott's scheme. It's still McDermott's playbook, and McDermott's going to have the final say. So I mean, the one thing I'll say about Nielsen is, can he get this team to play? Can he get the players to play better? Can he improve personnel? And that I think he can. So I'm happy about that. But as far as Nielsen coming in and he's going to make this defense totally different, aggressive, and all this, I don't see it. Not through the first 4 weeks. I think I still see the same McDermott style defense. And by the way, right now, you're right about the Bosa signing. I think Bosa is not, I don't think he's unbelievable, but he's playing really good football. He's causing turnovers. He's getting to the quarterback, and that's awesome to see. I just want him to be healthy come playoffs because I want to see that when the playoffs start. That's the most important Bosa I need to see. But let's get the super chat. I'll hit that. All right, let me hit this real quick.
Much.
Is it me, or are we just we're just like the 30-point club? I was like, we're gonna start naming ourselves the 30-point club. It's just I'm just gonna predict from now on 30. Yeah, just every game. I'm not gonna go past that. I'm just gonna go 30 to whatever I feel. It's
31.
Right?
31.
Yeah, maybe 31. I'll give. Yeah, if I'm feeling really crazy, I'll go 33. But it's going to be 30 to 33. That seems like what we are, which is fine. That's enough points to
win ball
that
games.
Should be enough points to win ball games. Correct.
Yep. I'm with you on that, Sonny. Is my volume better, Zoo?
Mike, volume up. I hear you fine.
I turned it up. So
hold on real quick. I'll mess with it. I can do it on my end too.
All right.
Yeah.
Chris Jones is out for personal reasons. Ooh. Hopefully everything's okay. I like him as a player and as a person.
I turn your mic up a little bit, by the way, so they should.
All right.
Hear you better.
Trey leads the team in tackles. That's not going to cut against good teams. It's not. The good thing is we don't play some good teams for a few more weeks. We'll see what we look like once we start playing some good teams.
Correct.
What's going on, Robert? Welcome. It's gonna be fun. Put it in the books. 4-0. At the end of the day, when we get to week 17, we're gonna be thinking, "Oh man, we really snuck by the Saints in week 4."
No one's gonna care. No one's gonna look back. And I said that. Listen, and I think people think I'm complaining when I talk about or even us or whatever, just in general. Look, at the end of the day, yes, the win is important, and we're not going to look back at this and be like, "Oh, what a terrible game," or whatever. Wasn't the greatest game. But these are games where we do need to look back and go, "Hey, I'm glad we made or corrected the mistakes now that we're heading in January." That's all I'm talking about. Because we can't play that type of football in January. So that's my only thing is when we sit here and we it's not complaining. When I call it critique. When we critique the team, right? When we look at the things that they can improve on, it's more about us just going, man, because we know the result. The result is we're a January football team. We're trying to get to February, and how do we do that? By fixing the problems that we're seeing, right? And we're not. Listen, the coaches see it too. We're not that's why there's film study. That's why they go back and watch film the following day, right? To see the things that they can fix and get better at. So it's just not us. It's the whole coaching staff. It's players understanding where they messed up and where they could have been better. So, just want to get that out there because I think some people think, oh, you're just, we're being Debbie Downers all the time. What are we complaining about 3-0? It's not complaining. It's just pointing out the things that need to get fixed for the playoff run. That's all. When we get there.
It's 4-0 now.
It's 4-0. That's damn right. Now. Did I say 3-0? Sorry, 4-0.
Yeah, you said 3. Yep, we're 4-0 now.
4-0, man. Time flies. Time flies when you're winning.
Nathan comes in. Yeah, we're in these are good problems to have.
Right.
Bosa played on the 4th. The first 3 quarters, not so much. I counted 3 missed tackles. We missed so many tackles today, and that's part of the reason why they looked as good as they did. It wasn't just Bosa. Bernard missed a bunch. Our other tackles missed a bunch. Like we missed so many. Cam Lewis on that first one, the very first drive that they had, they went down and scored on 3rd and 8, he missed the open field tackle, and then Rattler got the first down. He missed that tackle. Yeah. It's they're punting.
Yeah,
and they're not
I agree.
And then we go, and now we're up 14-0 rather than 14-7, and it's a different ball game. The amount of missed tackles that we have and we've had over the last 9 years while McDermott's here is wild to me.
It's mind-boggling. Yeah, and he knows
it's not just Buffalo, because I do watch the other teams. I don't watch them as critical as I watch Buffalo, but holy Lord, there's some bad tackling in the NFL. Like
absolutely.
You watched it on the Saints side on the Shakir touchdown. Shakir just shook off the linebacker.
You're right. I'd be mad if I'm a Saints fan right now. I'd be like, how are we do? Like, what is going on here? Right. There was 3-4 defenders there. It's unacceptable. But, sometimes too, it's effort. You know what I mean? Effort by the offensive player that, him wanting it more. It is what it is. Sometimes you kind of got to give credit to the other side too. Sometimes we're guilty of not just saying, hey, you know what? The defense made a good play, or hey, the player on offense, he just wanted it more. So, but I'm with you. There was a lot of missed tackles, things that we need to correct and fix, and yeah, man, get it right. But there was more than Joey Bosa tonight. Let me get that super chat real quick.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim.
Yep, appreciate you, Tim. Comes in and says, hey, gang, nice win. Josh with the run in the 4th was big, in my opinion. Also, penalties were bad at times. Penalties were killers for us today. Like, self-inflicted wounds were so bad today on both sides of the ball. It was just every time. It was,
dude, the interception by Cole Bishop there at the end there of the second quarter. Mm-hmm. Listen, if there's no penalty there, we probably gonna score some points there, at least 3, right? Or I think we would have been at the 20 there.
Yeah, you got us out to about
so
15,
20. 20, 18, 20, something like. Either way, it was close enough where it's not in the end zone, right? Where the penalty put us at, and then we got 2 back-to-back on offense, and by that time, it's just okay. Let's just go into let's get into halftime, because we're not going to do anything here, right? We're backed up in our own one. So penalties are drive killers. We had a few of them in this game that absolutely killed the drive. But yeah, man, just a lot of things are just inconsistent. You know what I see it inconsistent on offense and defense. It's not inconsistency on defense. It's just the same mistakes that we seem to be having, that we just can't fix, or we're having trouble fixing them for some reason.
It's called tackling.
Yeah, tackling and guys playing out of position. I mean, there's a lot of things too.
Yep, gap discipline and tackling is what's killing us in the run game.
Absolutely,
and it's wild. And we'll get to Javon Solomon, but he's one of them. Like,
I'm not sure why he's there.
That Landon Jackson can't get a jersey on game day when I'm watching this guy. Every big Spencer Rattler run, he's running out and around trying to get to him, just leaving wide open lanes.
Yeah. I'm not sure why why Landon Jackson wasn't given an opportunity. There's either a couple reasons, right? And we know them. Either one, he's really far behind. And in practice, he's not looking good at all. We don't know because we're obviously not at practice. That's one. Or two, this could be a McDermott thing where he tends to do this where he has certain players that he kind of just puts in his little doghouse. And the proof is out there. Puna Ford, Tim Settle, like certain guys that just kind of ride that inactive streak. So I don't know yet. I'm going to go with the first one. I'm going to go with Landon Jackson. Just probably isn't doing enough either in practice or not getting the playbook down good enough where he's comfortable with him being out there. Those are the only two reasons.
How bad you have to be if you're watching Javon Solomon on tape week in and week out, just not cutting it, and you can't beat that guy out. Or maybe they're just giving the Javon Solomon a long leash to see if he can correct some of these things, because he might be the guy that's out once Hoyt comes back.
No, you're right. I'm with you. And by the way, speaking on McDermott, because I see some McDermott and McDummy. It's funny that our coach has all these nicknames. I don't know why I was thinking about that during the game. I'm like, man, how many nicknames does our coach have? McDummy, McClappy, McJoke, right? McTimeout. We can add that to the list. It seemed like the timeouts he was calling today, the first one for me was more of a frustration timeout. He just wanted to yell at the ref for not, for not letting his man off the substitute because of their substitution, whatever, right? Like I forget who it was, but he clearly got off the field, right? And McDermott still called the timeout, and really you could tell it was just to yell at the ref. And then he did one later in the game where the Saints wound up running the same play. Yeah, I get it. And it was really a nonsense play. There's no reason to burn a timeout there. But I feel like sometimes when games are tight, McDermott gets like that. He starts to kind of unravel a little bit at times. He can't do that. You got to clean that up, McDermott. Can't be calling unnecessary timeouts and frustration timeouts. But yeah, it is what it is, man.
Want to hit on this. Nathan, I did see your Bishop thing. He had a fantastic read on that pick. The way he read that was perfect. And
if he doesn't get there, it's a touchdown.
Great. Yep.
He doesn't get there, it's a touchdown.
And it was just a disgustingly sick one-handed interception.
It was. He read
out there because he has the athletic ability that the others don't.
Yeah, he read it. He timed the jump perfect, because if he doesn't time it perfect, it's getting over his head.
Mm-hmm.
And he made the play, because if he doesn't, it's a field goal.
Or touchdown.
Easy three. Right. But easy. Let's just say easy field goal. I'll say they don't get the fourth down.
Yeah, if he knocks it down and doesn't catch it.
Exactly.
It's just a bad ball. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it was an overall good play. I thought his tackling was fine today, too. He made some good plays. I think he's starting to come around a little bit.
Game by game.
Yeah, which is good. It's good to see. Hancock was active. I didn't see him play, though. I don't know if he ever got any time today. But yeah, I
didn't see Hancock except on special teams.
Yeah, he was active, which is good. Yeah. At least they gave him an opportunity.
Which he was on special teams. I didn't see him on the field at all.
No, neither did I.
And we'll get back to the defense. I want to hit Roy's comment because he says he still has concerns with the wide receiver room. I'll be honest, wide receiver room was not my concern at all. We threw the ball 22 times today. Josh was 16 and 22. And most of those were to the wide receivers. So I didn't find any major issues with the room today.
It wasn't terrible, right? I have issues with them overall. It wasn't terrible, right? Khalil Shakir, obviously, with the 43, which makes it 69 yards. Obviously, that added to it, right? Keon, 3 receptions, 45. He had a long of 20. So we had a couple. Decent, Josh was throwing them downfield today, though. You kind of saw the result. Yeah. But on the deep passes, the interception, the batted, that is still kind of, we're still trying to.
That was a great play.
It was.
By that safety.
On the,
he got there where he was playing is wild. If Josh put it on the inside, if he puts it on the outside, it's probably a completion.
Yeah, they did good on our. We had 2 of them today, the deep that he tried, and I thought they played it really well. Was it 3?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy had 3 deflections.
There's one on
Because the play
Palmer, I
before-
think, right?
Yeah, so he had one on Palmer, one on Knox, and then one on and then he had the
Knox. Right.
one on
And
Knox,
the picks it. Yeah. So I mean, looking at the overall, you do want better. You know what I mean? But I like how we spread the ball around. I get that part. Palmer, 2 receptions, 25. You expect more from a guy we signed for 3 years, but it is what it is. We'll see. I still think I'm going to give Palmer right now, and even more, even though Moore did nothing today on the offense, I'm going to give those 2 guys and even Coleman a little wiggle room because they're fairly new and Josh is still building a chemistry. But guys like Kincaid and Knox, I do expect better, right? They've been here a while, but we'll see. Curtis Samuel, we showcased him today. He had the nice cut for 9 yards. I think it was a first down on that one. Outside of that, nothing. 2 targets, 1 reception. Just not good enough for a guy, once again, that we're paying 3 years.
Passing, again, we threw the ball 22 times today.
No, I get it.
Times.
No, I get it. But here's where my thing is. Rushing has been great, right? James Cook, I got it once again, eating crow with that. And I'll continue to because he's only getting better. And another thing I noticed with James today, Mikey, that I don't know why I didn't notice it previously this season is he has this thing now where when Josh hands him the ball, he's doing this stutter step behind the line, kind of like Le'Veon Bell did, where he's kind of being being a little bit more patient and not just hitting the hole and hitting like an offensive lineman running into the. And I feel like he did that a little bit earlier, and a lot of running backs tend to do that, right? Until the game starts to slow down. I really feel like he's understanding now. You got to let your blocks get set up, and then you can kind of see your hole. So I appreciate that because that's something I don't recall him doing his first year or two. So yeah. Anyways, I just look. My concern it still will be until this receiver room gets better. Is the day that the defense does a good job on our running attack, right? Stops our running attack because there's going to be a defense that's good on the run, and we're going to have to rely on these guys to get open, right? We're going to need more results from Palmer, from Coleman, from Kincaid. You know what I mean? So that's all. That's my only concern right now when it comes to receiver room. Outside of that, we're fine right now because we're running the ball great. I mean, honestly, that's what it is. I mean, the run game right now is really setting everything up. It's thank God. I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for the run game, Mikey, yeah, we may not be scoring 30 points. We might be scoring 20 something. I'll be honest with you.
I don't know. I think if we weren't running the ball great, we wouldn't be running 32 times and throwing 22. I think we would see a different version of this offense.
Yeah, but okay, a different version like we were in 2020, 2021. We had better receivers that could get open, like a Stephon Diggs, who could, you know what I mean? That's a little, you could go that route. You know what I mean?
We've seen one game where we've needed them to step up, and they stepped up. And that was
in the fourth quarter.
Yep, we needed them to step up when we had to put our foot on the, and they did. That's the one time we've asked them to do that.
Yeah.
To this point, we haven't. And until we play those better teams or our run game just craps the bed. And I don't even want to say our run game craps the bed. It's our offensive game plan goes away because there's times that we just didn't run the ball well and we still didn't throw the ball. We just kept trying. We went 3 and out, and that was the end of it.
Yeah. Yep. Well, like I said, we'll see. We need to improve. That's all. Got to improve that in that area.
God, that wasted timeout on 2-point conversion was wild. The fact that we only had 10 guys on the field once again, that's a McDermott special. We do it on special teams, and then I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
Who's responsible for that on the sideline? Because that person shouldn't be here anymore.
I don't know. That's a great question. I have no idea.
It isn't a Babbage thing. He's McD, mini-me. Yeah. We can go that way. There's a lot of things, but at the end of the day, for as bad as we played today, and they talked about it on the broadcast. This was probably again a C+ game, and we dropped 31.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, and we should have though, but we should have. You get what I'm saying? And I will say this too. I get we were favored by 15 and a half, whatever the crazy score. I said there's no way. There's no. I just don't. We're just not. We don't do things like that. You know what I mean? We don't play that style of football. We are a build the lead type team. Run, and then kind of work the second half where we're kind of doing these longer drives, work the clock, analytical, whatever you want to call it, conservative, so we don't make any mistakes. And that's kind of how we're built. Even if things were perfect today, I still think we would have ran that style of play. We just don't.
We do.
It's not in our DNA. Yeah, it's not in our DNA.
We have one real big play weapon, and that's James Cook. Like randomly, you'll get Shakir like you did today, or you'll get Keon that breaks one, or someone will break one. But really, our one big weapon outside of Josh is Cook, who we're not a big play, quick strike offense.
We're not. We're not.
And that's what McDermott wants, because he wants us to have long, methodical drives to keep his defense off the field. Because when we do have the quick strikes, the defense goes back out there, and then they hold the ball for 10 minutes and keeps Josh on the sidelines.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, once again, though, this I feel like this is going to be and I guess this is why I'm riding the offense so hard as far as the receivers go and all that, is because I just know when we hit the playoffs in January, that 30 may not be good enough. We may need 34 or 35 or 37 to win in a shootout, because I don't trust the defense can hold a team. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're going to have a shootout probably in the divisional and AFC championship round. Like, that's just the way it's been. It's never gone any other way. And that's why I need the offense to just be, when we get into that, and when we get into January, need to be humming. You know what I mean? Clicking on all cylinders. And that's the defense, until, like I said, Mikey, until I see anything different, I'm going to remain on that, on my point, which is the offense is going to have to carry this team into in the playoffs into a Super Bowl.
I like what I've saw from Walker. At some point, we're getting to the point where should Ed be on IR? Because
I know it's crazy, right?
He got stepped on and he's missed 3 weeks.
Yeah. And it's, you know what? And they may just go ahead and ride him until the bye week, bro. You may not see him till week 8. I mean, what's the point? I mean, at this stage, I mean, he might as well give him the extra time. Wild. I mean, I'd rather him healthy down the stretch than if he's not ready to go yet. I mean, it sucks. I'll tell you what, another player that you really showed that how much we need this guy, Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown not being there today was a you see how that all and that's my point about the offensive line. People don't, you see how much better it has gotten with the additions of Spencer Brown, Osiris Torrance, obviously Deion Dawkins, Connor McGovern, like, even Edwards, who is the weakest link, but still, he's serviceable left guard. But you see the importance of having those guys on the field as a unit, right? Missing one, really, it hurts.
And
really
missing one of your bookends. Because because he's calling out Osiris Saibo, telling him what it was.
Correct.
Josh got sacked 3 times today.
Mm-hmm.
That never happens.
Never, dude. And clean sacks, too.
He held on to it longer than he probably should have. But the other ones, it was just, also they just kicked our offensive line's ass. They have a good defensive line. Like they do. With the
one dude's been there forever.
Yeah, Cam.
Yeah, dude, I love that guy. Good dude, man. Been. I feel bad for him on that team. He's been that team been bad for a little while now.
I'm with you, Trek. Vandermark did a good job as a backup. He wasn't horrible. Like, I've seen some bad starter play. So him coming in and doing what he did, he was good enough today. I mean, hell, we still scored 31. So he couldn't have been all that bad.
Yeah.
Could we have put up 50 on these guys? Probably, if we were clicking. But
40 for sure. 40
at the end of the day, should we be scoring more points? Probably, but this is the NFL and they get paid too on that side of the ball. So, at the end of the day, get the W and get us out healthy until we get to the playoffs. I'm good.
Absolutely. Listen, once again, I'm with you, Mikey. I'm not, the Bills gave me a good birthday present today. They didn't spoil it, right? They gave me a win. That's all I wanted, because that would have been miserable. That would have really,
happy birthday, brother.
I appreciate it. That would have really pissed me off on my birthday, right? There's nothing worse than that. Your favorite team, disappointing you. But today, look, they didn't give me a brand new car for my birthday. But at least they gave me, a somewhat used, good running car today, right? So that's how I picture their present to me, right? It's serviceable car. Appreciate it, Bills.
Also, let's pump the brakes on the Patriots.
Yeah, calm down. They played
they played a really bad team today. I mean,
right?
Drake May was 14 of 17. So they didn't ask him to do a whole lot, and they ran the ball 29 times for 104. So they ran 3.6. Their defense caused some turnovers and their special teams was better. So let's pump the brakes on. There's no chance we beat the Patriots.
Yeah, that's crazy. Who said that?
Earlier, someone said it in the chat.
No.
We're beating them.
Yeah, no, stop. That might have been a Patriots fan. Who knows? But either way, it's funny how certain fan, and if it was, who knows? Maybe it's a Bills fan. He's just not happy with the play. But guys, like Mikey said, you should know this team by now. And if that is a Patriots fan or whoever kind of fan, come on now. There ain't no team blowing the brakes off the Bills, even if we lost for some reason, which I don't see happening at home. But let's say we did, they ain't blowing the brakes off. Ain't no team. I'm telling you right now, even the Chiefs, who we beat us every playoffs, they don't blow the brakes off. It's that's not happening. That's one thing I can at least say I'm proud of this team. We are in every game. They're no matter who we play, I don't fear any team, right? No team. So that is a crazy comment. I'm not saying they can't beat us, right? Any given Sunday, but blowing the brakes off. Yeah, no shot. That's
no shot.
Right. Did you realize did you see the losses they had to this year? Stop. You know what I mean? They are a rebuilding team doing things the right way, but they got a long way to go to really be on the Bills level. And that's just the reality of it. And I'm not being cocky to whoever said that. That's just facts. And even Patriot fans, real Patriot fans that know that team, understand this. This is not a shot at that team, but you got a little while to go before you could be. You're not on that level yet. They're not on the level of our team. And it's just facts, Mike.
Now let's see if we play up to our potential or if we play down.
That's a totally different. Yeah, exactly. That's a different story. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're going to blow the brakes, take them to the whipping shed. I'm not saying that either.
Blow out a division of rival.
Yeah, exactly. But if I had to do a way too early prediction, I'd probably say we win by 10 points. I mean, 9 to 10 points. If I had to give a way too early prediction at home, you know what I mean? We're riding high. The momentum, momentum is everything as well. We're winning games. We're feeling good. Fans are going to be loud. I believe it's a Sunday night game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a Sunday night football game. So how the night crowd.
Aren't we in our whiteout jerseys too? Is
it the whiteout jersey night? I don't know.
I think it is.
Come on, guys. So I think that if I had to guess early, 9 to 10 point win, which isn't still blowing them out or anything, but
we'll score 28 to 31.
Exactly.
We have been.
It'll be 14 to 9 halftime lead. Or
Very much like
barely up.
today's game. It'll look very much like today's game.
Right. Second half, we'll come out with school, take the little, we'll get a little cushion, and it'll just kind of go back and forth there a little bit. But that's, if I had to guess, that's probably how that game's going to play out. But I don't see us losing that game. That's not a knock on the Patriots, but we got the better quarterback, we got the better team overall, and they're still finding their way. So
yeah, Trek. I believe it's a McDermott piece. McDermott and Brady and Babich and the coaching staff talk about the game plan. And, McDermott's all about complementary football. I think he plays more conservative. Go back and we'll watch how conservative he was in college. He wasn't. They ran it up. If you let him just do what he wants to do, he's going to try to, score 100 points. It's just, but
right.
he's also trying to protect the defense. And if we get a quick 3 and out because things aren't going right on offense, that hurts the defense. So I think it's a overall McDermott thing, but he's playing into what McDermott's requesting of him, as any good employee does for their boss.
Yeah, this is what McDermott had always wanted since becoming
Except
head
him
coach.
And Dable, that's why him and McDable always butted heads, because that wasn't McDable's.
Correct. Dable was the fuck that. Let's go for the kill shot. We're gonna run that score up. We're gonna take more chances. We're gonna throw the ball downfield more. He now of course, like, sometimes bites you in the ass, right? I get that, right? You can't. And I think McDermott just felt like, that's not what he wanted. That wasn't his vision as a coach, becoming a head coach. He sees the game, I think, as a defensive minded head coach does. And he wants the game to be balanced. He wants the game to be, long drives that are just kind of controlling the clock, not anything sexy downfield throwing, when's the last time that we ran any type? Yeah. No gadget, crazy plays, not a lot, at least. Like, we don't do, when's the last kind of flea flicker, anything, nothing. We don't. Trick plays we probably have one, right? We just don't. I don't think it's just, that's not what he wants. Yeah.
Josh got killed on the trick play. We don't have them.
We don't. And I don't think he wants him, to be honest with you. He doesn't, and that's fine. I'm not saying that they need to run trick plays, but I would like, we were talking about a pregame. It would be, if we could just have a little bit of Dable's system incorporated into the Brady system, it would be great, right? Just a little bit. I'm not even asking for a lot of it.
If you can watch the LSU team, they had those. I really think it's a McDermott.
They also had the players, though. They also had the personnel, though. We don't have a Chase, or a Chase or a Jetta
or
AJ Brown. I meant, right?
No,
right. It was a Chase
Justin
and
Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. I'm sorry. And
Dynamic Marshall and Moss, his kid at tight end, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and like a bunch of second round linemen.
right. So it is curious. I am curious to know if, and maybe that day will come. Who knows if we ever did get that type of player as far as receiver, like a Chase kind of play. We got lucky and somehow landed. Would McDermott allow him to be more open? You know what I mean? Because you have that kind of, you get what I'm saying? We lost Diggs and we kind of went, said, okay, we're not going to get that guy again. We're going to go in this direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's working. I'm not even hating on it. We still we got to an AFC championship with Diggs, with the true number one, and we got there without a true number one. So clearly both work as far as
we played better without the number one in the game.
We a lot less turnovers, a lot less forced passes. I get that. But that doesn't, I still don't want to say that doesn't mean that it, if we got a number one, it would all of a sudden we would be forcing the ball and throw it. Like, I don't believe that.
It's the personality as well.
Exactly.
Like Diggs' personality was Josh had to get him the ball to keep him happy.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can get a number one and not give him the ball and keep him happy. Like, look at Jefferson. There's times he goes without getting the ball at all. And
Yeah,
you know, he's not overly happy about it, but he also understands
that's a
his role.
respect. He also understands it's a respect thing and knows the defensive coordinators are game planning for him. He's a weapon, right? Like he's their missile. Like you're right. They're going to send everything they can to stop the right. And that means it's going to leave everybody else open, or not open, but make everybody's life a lot easier on the offensive side of things. So we don't have that luxury. And that's why I keep saying everybody has to do their job on offense.
Roy, I wouldn't say that. I think they're going to give him the 5th-year option. He's not getting the targets that we would like him, but when he does get him, he's producing. But you have to remember, we're throwing the ball 20 times less than we normally have a game.
I don't know what they'll do. I'm going to be honest. At this point, I'm on the fence. I have no idea.
No,
we're a little
the 3 tight end set very much today. Did you notice that? We didn't see that jumbo tight end set at all.
And I like, you know why I'm on the fence more about that too? Because of Hawes. I don't know if Hawes can just get a little bit better receiving. If they could get him part of the game down for him, he could be a really dangerous tight end. You know, and I know that's not part of his game, but that doesn't mean he can't get better at it. And then you got, and I don't think, I'll be honest, I don't know if Knox is going anywhere. I think Knox
isn't.
Just has a relationship with, and he does enough on the field where he does a lot of good things. He's a well-rounded tight end, and just Josh and him have a chemistry that I still don't think Cade and Allen have quite down just yet. And I don't think they would do that to Knox. I think Knox I don't think Knox wants to leave either. He'd probably take a pay cut just to stay. Right. And I think he'd take another one is what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? It's just to be here a little bit more. And
I think,
and then you got this rookie. So
in Buffalo, I really do. I think Knox is going to be a lifer in Buffalo.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I could totally see it. Absolutely. I don't know about Cade.
I'm with you there, but he's not going to make the Pro Bowl or anything like that. So he's not going to have the incentive. He'll have his normal 5th-year option. And I think now, do we resign him to a second contract? That's a whole nother question. But I do think we pick up his 5th-year option.
It's possible. Yeah, it's very possible. Like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't either. You know, I think it all depends on what they see with Halls, and then they could just run out Knox and Halls and always pick up another tight end through the draft.
But Bean and McDermott love their first rounders, and they want to hold on.
They do, and they're going to give. But he's had time. You're talking about your 5th, 4 seasons. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's enough time. They go, we got it. You know what? We got our 4 years out of the kid. This will be season 3. And when we've thrown him the ball, he's been good. He has produced. It's just
I mean, what does our offense look like?
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
You know,
we'll find out when that time comes, though.
Would you pay tight end guaranteed money on that 5th-year option while putting out pedestrian numbers for a first-round pick? Would I, or will the Bills? That's a very different conversation.
Right.
I wouldn't have given Dawson Knox the money they gave Dawson Knox. I wouldn't have given a lot of the people the money that they gave a lot of people, but
correct. Right.
You know,
there's been a ton of extensions and contracts that obviously we all agree and disagree on.
Which I was some of them, all the ones this offseason.
I was too. I would say the one that's kind of disappointing to me a little bit that I thought at first I wasn't too thrilled about it. And then I'm like, okay, I watched this film, Palmer I'm talking about. And I said, okay, I think he could do some good stuff here. He's a separator, good route runner. But I'll say out of everyone right now, he's probably the one that I'm least thrilled about, that's not really kind of living up to that deal as of yet. And that doesn't mean he can't, but I expected better. I'll be honest with you at this point. Bosa is the one that I thought I was wrong about, right? So far, like that I wasn't too thrilled about. And now I'm like, damn, I'm glad it's looking like I was wrong, and I'm glad we got him. So not every signing is going to be perfect, and not everything we say is going to be right. And but right now, the Palmer signing, I would say, is probably the one that sticks out to me that is not looking like it's going to pay out. But we'll find out. You know, to me, it's almost looking like the Curtis Samuel thing without the injuries. He's just not producing enough for me to go, hey, that's worth a 3-year deal. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see, though. He has time. But, yeah, not overly thrilled about that signing.
I would say I don't even want to put that on Palmer. I want to put that on.
It may not be.
Buffalo,
It may not be.
Buffalo as a whole. Like, why are you spending $13 million on another wide receiver if you only plan on throwing the ball 20 times a game, 20 to 25 times a game?
I would have went through the draft and got another receiver. I mean,
Torrey Horton was sitting there, and on day 3, we could have grabbed him.
Save your money. I mean, what's the point?
Could have grabbed Troy Franklin last year.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of guys I was asking for, and they just told me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and they're gonna go grab somebody else.
So I just, like I said, once again, it's almost like Bean sees, all right, I have so much to spend. Let's get a couple 2-year deals and then start going to the Dollar Tree and getting, the cheap 1-year contracts. And we were talking about Jordan Phillips, me and Mikey, during the game, and Mikey's like, "Oh, you're fit." But I told him, and I made a great point to you, and that. It's like, okay, but he's a fucking Dollar Tree signing. What do you like? If you go to the Dollar Tree and you think that product you're buying is going to last you forever, chances are probably it's not. You get what you kind of pay for. So what do you expect? Like, this is what you get. The Bills are notorious for that, and we can't sit back and be like, "Oh, Phillips is garbage." Like, yeah, he's not really good because he's cheap, and there's a reason why he sat out there and only wants to come here because probably nobody wants him anyways. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of guys that we sign and
he's a good depth guy.
He's a good depth guy. He hypes up the crowd. I love that, right? He's a good guy to have on the practice squad. Fine. But outside of that, like, I don't expect him to come in and be a game wrecker. His contract tells me that. Right? That's not what he is.
Okay. Royce is Mikey. You're Brandon Bean. What do you say? I say I don't pick up his 5th-year option, but then I sign him to a short 2 to 3 year contract after this year to give him time to grow into it. That's less than what he would get on his 5th-year option. So I think his 5th-year option is like 11 or 12 million bucks a year. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'd probably give him like 5 or 6, and make it look pretty, but most of it is in that year 3 where you can get out of. So I'm with you on that, but this is also them, and I can see them picking it up and saying we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
They already have it built in. If they plan on keeping them, they already know what they're going to do because they always plan out 2 or 3 years. So,
right.
Jesus, the timeouts were god awful today.
I told you, Callie. I told you why. I thought the first one for sure was a total frustration timeout. That was him.
I understand.
That was him wanting y'all. Yeah.
On the, like, I get now that they went back and they showed the 10, but we're talking about a 2-point conversion, guys. Like, what are we doing?
Right. What if the game's tight and we needed that?
Yeah.
Right.
You use 2 timeouts on defense.
Right. Unnecessary. We call them unnecessary early timeouts that make 0 sense. Like, I mean, like I said, the first one was the worst. I mean, because that was all about ego and him wanting to go yell at the ref. The guy was way off the field. They were still in their set. They didn't even hike the ball yet. And he's over there yelling at the ref. Like, it's like McDermott, dude. Come on, you're hurting the team now. Stop. It's not about you, bro. I get you're upset. Why don't you talk to the guy at halftime? Talk to the guy after the second
half. 10 minutes into the second half, and he's yelling at his guy. He's calling a timeout.
Yeah, what are you doing? So it's just like, but that's our coach, man. That's Sean McDermott,
And McDermott in a nutshell. But after everything that we talked about, the Bills are 4-0. We got another double-digit point win.
We did.
We slept walk
we're in that 30 club.
We're the first team ever in back-to-back years to score 30-plus points in the first 4 games of the season.
Yeah, no, like I said,
like a lot of records.
We break a lot of records. We do a lot of good things. I didn't even realize the Saints had owned us like that until they put it on the. I don't know if you knew that, but they put it on the screen that they had beaten us the last 6 games or something crazy like that. Like, I didn't even know that. So good that we snapped that at home. Either way, it's still that's shitty. That's still shitty. Like, I'm glad we snapped that.
We also got everything that they had. They had to get the win today. They were desperate.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they threw everything.
Miami was the same way last week. We got everything they can have. Like when early in the year you're undefeated and they're winless, you're gonna get like the desperate teams are gonna try to do anything they possibly can.
You know what, though? I almost believe that's going to be the case about anyone playing us, even if they're not desperate, because we're the team right now to beat, right? And if they beat us, it's like they're making a statement, right? It doesn't matter if they're desperate or not. So, like, we're on everyone's radar because it would be, for instance, like the Giants beating the Chargers today. You know what I mean? It's not really
That's
desperation.
a big win for Daboll. That's a big win.
It
was for Daboll. He may not have made it out of.
Well, Daboll's different because that's a firing.
yeah,
that's a little different. But there's teams that, like I said, when we play certain teams, we want to beat the best. You know, it's a statement, right? Like, so I think every team's going to probably gun for us. But yeah, Daboll, you're right. Today, Daboll is more about, one, I made the right decision by going with Dart, right? And two, because if they get blown out today, right, Dart's in there, it's like, yeah, maybe he might be rushed out of town at that point. But right now, he's going to look like Daboll made the right decision. So, which is fine.
Right now, you're hearing, why didn't they leave Dart in the game last week to beat the Chiefs?
Yeah.
That's what you're hearing from the Giants fans. You know, I mean, Dart wasn't fantastic. He was 13-20, 111 touchdown, and 10 carries for 54 yards and touchdown. So he had a solid week one. You know, Scatabo had 79 yards. You know, so he wasn't great today, but he was good enough.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You know what I had, Roy, as far as the spread was like 15.5. I was nowhere going to. No, I took of course I took 8.5. I thought we would win by at least 10, and we did. So I you know, on a comfortable note, I would have probably put 7.5 somewhere around now. But I you know, put 8.5, which they did, but no, 15.5. That's crazy. I know this team too well. So
not only that, but it's in the NFL as a general. You got 15-point spread.
In general, yes. But certain teams can, like I think if you're the Lions offense, I think I would have probably put that. I would have gambled that because I think the Lions would have put some points up. I just think they have a high power. They have a lot of weapons to put up and score fast. They score really quick because they have a lot of home run hitters. They just do. They got speed all over. They got playmakers all over. That's why they could put those points up. I don't know what they put up against Cleveland today, though. But Cleveland's defense is not terrible either.
They punched Cleveland in the face. I think they beat him like 34-10 or something like that.
There you go. 34-10.
Cleveland's defense is one of the better ones.
That's what I'm saying. So
Cleveland's defense is one of the better defenses, and they just punched him in the face and said, "Take this."
But that, you know why though? Their offense can do that. Like they have
quick strikes.
And they probably, to be honest with you, they probably took it easy. I didn't watch the game, but they might have even slowed down in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? They might have felt like we're going to show them a little bit of mercy here. But no, we just don't have that. We, like you said earlier on the podcast, we don't have that guy except for Allen and Cook that is going to be that, you know, big strike, big, you know, 50 yards, 60, you know, big play ability. We, you know, once in a while we'll get it, like the Khalil Shakir play today, the 40, but that's just not, you know, a consistent thing. Cook and Allen, by the way, that run, somebody mentioned earlier, the Allen run was, man, that was great, man. He's so tough. He's a training boy.
Put on his cape for us in the fourth quarter. Like he was playing nice, calm. And then after that drive, you saw some emotion from him time in a while.
Yeah. I think he was just like, fuck this shit, man. Tired of this bullshit. Time to close the show.
He has that big run and then comes back and throws the touchdown. Like bang, bang. Yeah. You know, like that's how fast our offense can do things.
Yeah.
We just don't.
I still think if we go up tempo, it can. By the way, real quick, scores around the league I do want to go to real quick because we're going to get out of here soon. The Chiefs and Ravens are in a dogfight, just like I thought it would be. 7-6 right now in the second quarter. And the rest of the scoreboard around the league, let's go to that real quick. Let's see here. So there was some upsets today, or at least one offhand. We got the Rams and Colts right now playing, and it's almost halftime, 10-6. So the Colts, this was a game where, Mikey, where the Colts were, you know, we're going to see if they're the real deal. Because I think the Rams are a good team. And right now, I mean, they are, they're proving to be not a fake team.
Is it in
LA? In LA, too. So the Colts right now are telling the NFL, yeah, we're the real deal. I mean, we'll see. There's a lot of game left, but 10-6 right now, almost halftime. And it's actually 1st and 10 Rams at the Indy 21. So Rams either could score a touchdown or field goal here. So we'll see what happens there. Jaguars are up 14-3. A lot of people were picking the 49ers to win. We'll see. It's not over yet, but it's 2 minutes left before halftime. 6 minutes to go before half. Ravens up 7-6 on the Chiefs. Chiefs have the ball at their own 44. Raiders are up 7-3. Let's see. In the finals, Steelers won today, 24-21. Falcons rebounded well. They beat the Commanders at home, 34-27. Obviously, the Bills won 31-19. The Lions, 34-10 on Cleveland. Patriots, man, the Patriots did whip up on the Panthers. I'll give them that, 42-13. The Giants won 21-18. I think that's the big surprise of the day. The Eagles, they were trouncing the Bucks, and the Bucks came back. But the Eagles did win 31-25. And the Texans, 26-0 over the Titans. Titans are a bad team, but we all kind of knew that was going to be. They're rebuilding. The Titans may only win a couple this year, which is good. If you're a Titans fan, Mikey, that's exactly what you want. Cam Ward did not have a good game. 10 for 26, 108, one interception. But I'll tell you this about Cam. Boy, he has no weapons there. Zero. They have to surround him with better people.
His head coach, offensive guy, too, is just not. Callahan is not putting him in position to be successful at all.
No, not early on. And I hope this isn't a bad spot for Cam because, certain teams can really fuck up a quarterback's psyche and mentally, really. So we'll see what happens.
Look at Sam, slinging Sammy Darnold. Jones.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of things that you see some guys recommend. Gino bounced around before he finally landed. And the Giants wasn't good. And then he ended up, in Seattle and took off and did well. And so, hopefully this doesn't happen to him.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice. Roy wants us to give the grades based off of what we saw today. And then after we watch the all 22, we can change it. I'll start on offense. I'll give it a B on offense. We still dropped 31.
Mm-hmm.
It's a B.
Okay. Inconsistent. I get the points. I'm happy about that. I'll say B minus. I mean, I don't think it was the worst. It was just inconsistent. I didn't like the 4th down play call. Some of the play calls I didn't like. There's one in particular drive where Cook was rolling, right? Cook was running really well. And we kept going. Not even that. We kept going to the well too often when we should have ran a play action at some point in that drive because they knew we were clicking with the run. That's when you do a hard play action and catch the defense, right? And I felt like that was a perfect time to do it, and we didn't do it. But I'm just nitpicking here. I felt our receivers at times, once again, they have tough time separating, getting open for Allen. But I'll say B minus. The run game was good. The offensive line was okay. Way too many offensive penalties today. I'll go B minus. I didn't like the interception by Allen, even though that was a good defensive play. I thought he forced a couple other deep balls that were not really necessary. So I'll say B minus.
Okay. And then for the defense, I'll say C plus. I thought they started off really rough. I thought they were better after that initial drive in the second half where they just ran down our throat. But the offense also put them in some bad spots and they stepped up. So I'll give them a C plus today.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll go C plus as well. I thought they did a much better job in the second half. But I didn't like that they couldn't contain Rattler early on. He ran the ball pretty well on them. 6 for 49 on the ground. That's if for some reason the Bills have such a tough time getting home. They put pressure on these guys, but once they miss the tackles, it's a wide open space for these guys. And we struggle in that area. I don't know why, but through the air, 18 to 27, 126, one touch. I mean, he had an okay game, Rattler, nothing special. I thought we did well on Kamara for the most part. Kamara's a hell of a running back. So 15 for 70. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's not the worst, not the best. Yeah. I mean, we held the receivers 47, which Shaheed had the most. That's not a lot. Jawan, 28, 22 for Cooks. Olave had the one solo touchdown. He only had 20, and he's a really good receiver. They got some weapons over there. So I felt like we did okay. Trey, man, on coverage is a liability.
I like seeing Dorian in there.
I do too, man. I think maybe they can alternate them a little bit more during a game like that. Maybe that might work. Maybe that's the key for that.
I think they're going to continue doing that until Dorian takes over full time. Because I
I
don't know when Max will be back.
Right, and I don't know if Max. I think Max is behind on the playbook. That's the problem, and he's not going to see the field. And a matter of fact, I'll be honest with you. At this point, if Dorian Strong gets better as the season goes, I'm not in no rush to bring back Harrison. I don't want a guy coming back just 75, 80%. That knee injury, it could go real sideways if something bad happens, and then we're talking about a whole nother year. So I'd rather just sit him, let him, put him in the film room, put him in the playbook, put that book right in his face, man. Have him get caught up, and then if the offseason hits, he's ready to go. 100% healthy, 100% knowing the playbook, and then we'll see what happens next season. But we'll find out. I'm not calling it over yet for him, but there's really no reason to rush him back. I'll be honest with you. There's no reason.
Okay. I'm with you. Special teams, I'm going to give a C- to. Like, it hasn't been good overall.
No.
Special teams wise. No. I'll give, the saving grace has been, Prater. Is it Prater? Prater, right?
Prater.
That's our kicker.
Yeah.
Prater.
Who's still great. He's missed one field goal this year.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So, he's been a saving grace for the special teams, but haven't been fond of our coverage, haven't been fond of our return units, haven't been fond of the punting. And holy God, Johnston.
Punting's terrible, dude.
Was terrible today.
Thank you for taking that hit on.
Right?
I know I hurt, you know what I mean? And we'll see what happens with him. And he kudos to him. He got out there and held a kick. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Put the brace on and dealt with it.
Yeah, but boy, he has no leg power, guys. And imagine we're playing in beautiful weather right now. Imagine when it gets windy and snowy, and dude, those kicks might go from 45 to 35 to 30.
It wasn't even 45. It was 40. He was kicking 40 yards.
And no pressure, right? Most of those no pressure. So just not good. I don't know what they're going to do there. They have to get a guy with a bigger leg. They have to. So yeah, I'm with you there. Prater, by the way, too. One more thing I want to point out, because remember earlier in the year, I think it was Spin was like, "Oh, he doesn't kick off, or Bass kicks off better." I'm like, "Are you crazy? Bass has been known to kick it out of bounds or kick it before that field of play, whatever they call it." Prater has been excellent on kickoffs. He's doing exactly what the special teams coaches and all
hasn't been great though.
Which is but that's where you want it. You want it because you're still depending. The whole point of that whole thing is, I'm sure you can kick it right into the end zone, but then they get the ball at the 35. We're hoping the hope for is you kick it to the 5 or 10 and get them to the 25.
And he's been sitting between the 10 and the goal. He put a couple down in the 2 or 3 today that they returned.
Yeah, which is exactly. And they still, so that's not it. He's doing his part. It's the coverage unit. The defense, it's not. They're not doing their job, right? They're not making the tackle. So, but Prater's been, bro. That's why when people bring up that's going to be interesting. Well, I'll say that, man. Really interesting.
There's no timetable on him, so
yeah, I don't know.
Prater's probably be here a while.
I hope so. At least this year. I'm not saying long term, but you know, you got to also remember too, being out so long mentally, physically, you know, all that stuff will Bass even be there and right. You know what I mean? He has a, you know, God knows how long it's been since he's actually kicked. You know what I mean? So
since the last preseason game.
Right. That's been a while. That's a while.
Yeah.
So, and
Over
he missed one. And 2 of them were ugly. So.
Bad. This one bad.
Right.
And then coaching, I'll give a C overall. It was kind of a ho-hum C game. You know, the offense was better than that, but the rest of the team was kind of a ho-hum C.
Yeah, I'm saying they have their ups and downs. I didn't think Brady was perfect. I thought he had drives that were like beautiful, play calling, well executed as well by the offense. And then he had other play calls where I was like, well, why? What are you doing? Yeah, and the McDermott with the silly timeouts just made no sense. Babbage. Yeah, I mean, same thing. And at this point, I don't even know if it's Babbage's issue. I just think it's the scheme, and he could dial it up however he wants to dial it up. It's still the same result sometimes. I do like at the end, though. I will say this. Of course, it's the end of the game, and you know they're passing. At least they were aggressive and really put the work on at that stage, right, and caused some havoc. Though you knew that they were forced to pass at that point. So it makes it life a little bit easier. But I would love to see that same style aggressiveness. Same thing with the linebacker blitz. He did send Bernard, but he only sent them, I think, twice in this game, if I'm not mistaken. I want to see more of that. They tend to get home. The linebackers are the one group, I would say, when we blitz, they tend to usually get home. It's the rest that have
it's Williams and Milano and Bernard, they're good blitzing linebackers.
Yeah.
Coming out, they were good blitzing linebackers.
Yeah, we just don't do it enough. We don't do it enough. And I don't like the safety blitz. Like, you know, do it here and there, fine, but I'm just not a fan of it. Not on this team. We don't do many corner blitzes either. I would like to see that once in a while. We just don't throw. We don't do a lot of exotic looks. But we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, I'll say C. I'll go C.
What's wild here is what Ariel was talking about here is the same play that he caught today was the one that he got hurt on last year that Josh missed him. The one where it's like the wheel route and he's wide open. Yeah. It's such a pretty ball when Josh hits it. He missed him last year and then he fell and hurt his knee and it was just never the same. You know. Chiefs beating Ravens 13-7. That'd be a good game.
Yeah. 3 minutes to go until half. Ravens driving.
All right. We should get out of here and go finish watching that game.
Yeah. All right, guys. Man, Bills Mafia. You guys rule. You guys are the best. We appreciate everything that you guys do for this channel by showing us all the love, support, the super chats. But believe me, they don't go unnoticed. Mikey is back. No more court. He's done with jury duty. So next week, Mikey will be here, and that's starting tomorrow, Monday night, uncensored at 10 o'clock. We will be here. So 10 o'clock. You don't want to miss that. And remember, it's open for anyone that wants to call in. We have a link that we put in the chat that's pinned. You can click that link and join us at any time. I think Kenny from Bills United, he's going to be a guest tomorrow as well. So he'll click that link. He'll be in here. But like I said, if anyone wants to join, we had Tim, one of our chat in the chat. I think he called in a couple weeks ago. Yep. So you guys are more than welcome. Anyone's welcome on a Monday night. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, Monday night at 10 o'clock. Bills Mafia, we love you. And as always, go Bills. We're out of here. Peace.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.